Hi everyone, welcome to this video. So guys, this is another video into which we'll be discussing one of the questions which has already been asked in multiple companies. So this question has been already been asked in the Google, Apple, PayPal, Amazon, Uber, Samsung. So these kind of companies are the ones who actually ask this kind of question to you into your DSA, into your coding interviews. So let's solve this question together and let's see if any this kind of a question comes onto your way. How to approach that? What can be the method for solving, right? How you can use up the brute force method or the optimized solutions to write out the solutions for this particular type of questions. And even let's see what are the topics which are being asked into this question so that we might prepare for these topics in a more better manner, right? So let's get started here. I'll just zoom this a bit so that you are able to see the text. I hope that's pretty fine, right? Cool. So starting with this problem statement. So the problem statement says, in the enchanted kingdom of puzzles and riddles, Princess Lara has entrusted her loyal companion Prince Lime with a magical challenge. Okay, legend has it that within the kingdom exists a mystical set of numbers known as enchanted numbers. Okay, now if I just read the starting two and a half lines, I can just simply see that this is a question which in which I have to play with the numbers, in which I have to play might be with the integers or decimal values, right? Now, these special numbers puzzles are unique property. They can be transformed using a secret formula. Okay. So Prince's mission is to craft an algorithm that can distinguish these enchanted numbers from the ordinary ones. Fine. The magical process begins with any positive integer. We have to start with a positive integer. Following a specific incantation, the number is replaced repeatedly with the sum of the squares of its digits. Now, this is the main part. The number is replaced repeatedly with the sum of the square of the digits. So let's say I do have a digit as 21, right? So in that case, the sum of the square will be, okay, sum of the squares means 2 square plus 1 square, which means 2 square is 4, 1 square is 1. So that is 5. Okay, fine. This enchanting ritual continues until the number either transforms into the reverse number 1, becoming an enchanted number, or falls into a mysterious cycle, excluding the craven. Now, see, guys, I'll just tell you what's this about. This is that we do have to take a number. Okay, now we have to just simply do the sum of the squares repeatedly. Now, if that gives me one somewhere as a answer, so we'll just stop it over there and we'll just say that this is an enchanted number. And if I do not get that one, so I'll just say that this is not an enchanted number, as simple as that. Okay, that's what the whole question all about. So if you have ever heard about the concept of happy numbers, I'm not sure if you're aware about that happy numbers concept or not, but I guess this is somewhat similar to that, but we'll just confirm it once we see the output format also. Okay, cool. So with the princess trust in his ability and the support to loyal advisors and guidance and okay, fine, this is just only a text, you can just read this, nothing to do much with the logic of our question. Okay, the input format के the first line contains a positive integer and representing the number of checked. Fine. Okay, this is pretty cool. Let's dive into the output. So Prince Lamb needs to return 1 if it's enchanted number or 0 if it's not an enchanted number. Okay, I do have the constraints value. Here goes my test case. Let's understand. Let's say my test case value is 18. So 18 is not a happy number, as I told you that this is a concept of a happy number, right? Because the progress goes as follows. So 1 to the power 2 plus 8 to the power 2 is 65. This is the school thing. Now, I'll just explain you what this question asked me to do. Let's do a thing. Let's change the color and let's move on to some new color here. Cool. Okay, let's get started. So we do have to apply a concept of happy numbers. Now, see, guys, see, I would just suggest you that this question is nothing different. It's just a concept of the happy numbers. But still, the idea was that this question was mentioned in some different manner only. right? So if you are not aware about this happy numbers concept, this question might seem very difficult to you if you do not know about what happy numbers exactly are. So let's take the same input which they had taken, that is 18. So what we do first of all, I'll just do the square of 1 and 8. Okay, so 1 square is 1 and 8 square is 64. Fine. So this will result me to 65. Now you know what I'll do? I'll just do the square of 6 and 5. So sum of my square. The square of my sum. So 6 square plus 5 square. So 6 square is 36 and 5 square is 25. Now just do again the addition, 3 to 5. Then here 61, I guess. 6 on a time. Yeah, I guess 61 only, right? I'll just check also. Yeah, cool. So that's 61, right? Now what I'll do, I'll just do the square of 61 again. So 6 square plus 1 square, 6 is 36, plus 1 is 1 only. So that will result me to 37. Now I'll do the square for 37. So 3 square plus 7 square. Fine. So 3 square is 9, 7 square is 49. This will result me to 58. Correct? I'll just write it clearly, at least 58. Next, I'll just go with the square for 5 plus 8 square. So 5 square is 25, 8 square is 64. So 5 for 9, 6 to 8, right? Now I'll go with the square of 89. So 8 square plus 9 square, right? 8 square is 864, 9 is 81. So 4 plus 1, that's 5, 8, 9, 34, and that's 145. Now I'll just go with the 3 square, right? That 1 square plus 4 square plus 5 square. Okay? So 1 square plus 4 square plus 5 square. So 1 is 1, 4 is 16, 5 is 25, right? So 25, 40, 35, 30, 31, 38, 39, 40, 41, and then we go with the 1 plus 42. You know, this loop will keep on going like that. I'll just show you, right? Now, they have closed it at 37 only. Now, I'll just tell you that why did they close it? No, I didn't get 37. One second. 37, then 58, 89. Acha, okay, 145. They took it more further also. Okay, 145, then 42. Cool, let's go ahead. Now, let's close this at 42. Now, again, 4 square plus 2 square. 16 plus 4, that is getting me 20. Sorry. Now, after 20, I'll just do this square, 4 square 16 plus, yeah. Cool, then 2 square plus 0 square, that is getting me 4. Okay. So that would be 4 only. 4 plus 0 is equal to 4. I do have 4 square, that would be equal to 16. Correct. Now again, I'll just go with 1 square plus 6 square. So 1 square is 1. 6 square is 36, and that resulted in 37. My loop will stop here only. Why? Because I do again have a repeated number. So here I had 37 and here also I had 37. So once you are going, either there can be two scenarios. One can be either you can just have the 0 somewhere as the final 0 or 1, or second condition can be your number would repeat. If you get a repeated number, in that case this is not a happy number, or you can say this is not an enchanted number, whatever you say, right? If you do not get a repeated number, then at some point you will just get the value for 1. That would be your final result, where you say that yes, this is a happy number or this is an enchanted number, whatever you say. So this is how you have to approach this question, that you have to keep on doing the square of the sum. Whatever you just start with the real value, We'll keep on doing the square and square and square, and at some point you will just reach on to a number where either it would get repeated, or in my question already it was right that continues under number the transport or revert number to 1. Till the time you do not get 1, you keep on repeating. Either two scenarios will become, either you will get 1, or you will just simply go ahead and get the other value, which might be a repeated value only, right? That is something which you could just get from here. So I just hope I just made this particular first solution clear to you. Now let's take another sample test case which is given over here, and that is 7. So let's just try that how does that 7 works for us. Let me just change the color, otherwise all the scenarios will just mix in. Let's take this blue only. Fine. Other number I do have 7. So 7 is square is 49. So this time 4 is square plus 9 is square. So 4 is square is 16. 9 is square is 81. So that's resulting me 97, right? Now I'll just go with the square for 9 square plus 7 square. So 9 is 81, 7 is 49. So this with 9 plus 1, 0, 1, 8 plus 4, 12 plus 1, 13. Right? Now I'll just go with this square plus 1 square, 3, 1 second. 1 square plus 3 square plus 0 square. So 1 square is 1, 3 square is 9, 0 is 0, right? So that's 10. Now I'll just go with the square for 1 square plus 0 square. So 1 square is 1, 0 is 0, and that would get me 0. So I just got here as 0, one of the result, right? Here. Now this is my enchanted number. So I would say, I would just write, let's write downside only. I would just write that 7 is a happy number. 7 is exactly a happy number. That is what we just get over here. So I just hope I'm pretty clear, first of all, that what's your question demands and how do you have to approach this question. Okay, solution is also there, but we'll just try to write our solution first of all. Now let's try to understand about the approach of a solution, that how we will be approaching the solution. Okay. First thing, though, you can just make a function repeater for the same, right? And you can just define a set so that it does not contains any repeated value. Because what's my result? My result is I should not get any repeated value. If I get a repeated value, so I'll just stop in there and say it is an enchant. It is not a happy number or not an enchanted number, whatever you say. So I would just define a set over here which will not allow me to store a repeated value. I know everyone knows about the property of a set. So set is having a property that it does not allow us to store the repeated numbers. If you store two times one same number, it will not allow you to store. It will just store it one time only. Okay? Cool. Now I'll just further next check on with my condition that till the time the value for n is not equal to 0, or the value for n is not in my set, I will keep on adding and adding and adding those values, right? And I would simply do the addition of the power or addition of the square of value. So maybe what I can just do, I can use my sum function. Sum is an inbuilt function, if you know already, which you can always use it onto the numbers. So with this, I'll just keep on, let's say first is digit, I'll just digit to the power 2, right? And I'll just apply with the loops that will keep on adding and adding and adding all those values. At the end, I'll just return if n is not equal, if n is equal to 1. Come out of a program, simply take the input from the user and check if the number is empty or not, happy or not happy. If a number is not happy, so in that case, I'll print 0 or maybe whatever you just wish. Otherwise, I'll just print 1. That is how you'll be approaching this question. Let's quickly go ahead and write the solution of this program to understand it in a more clearer way. So let's say def happy number. That's my function name. Inside that, I'm just passing n that will store my numbers. Okay. I'll just define an empty set. So let's say that's emp is equal to set, and like this, I'll just define an empty set right now. Moving with my conditions that while while n is not equal to 1, while the n is not equal to 1 and n is not insane, okay, I'm sorry, and n is not in emp, so my condition will go that if n is not equal to 1 and means both the conditions should be true. I know you might know about the concept of the and operator. That's a logical operator, right? That if you are using this and as a logical operator, so in that case what it will do, it will just simply allow you to satisfy both the conditions. If one condition is also wrong, so it will not execute the program. Okay, moving next, I'll just do emp dot add, means it will keep on adding that number into my empty set. Now, by the time n is equal to, I will apply my sum function. And now I would just take a variable, let's say that would be digit. Okay, digits. Okay, so digits, uh, okay, one second. Digits to the power 2. Double star means that it will allow me to put the power. And I'll just go with the for loop. So for digits in string of n. Fine. Now this is, I would say, a shorthand for loop where you just apply the for loop also, and you can just write a scenario what you have to do. So for digits in, so this I'll just read it in a way that for digits in a string of n, you just have to do the sum of the digits. That is what this whole means. Fine. Coming out of my while loop, I'll just do here return n is equal to 1. Going out of my function, I'll just check with the num as a variable. I'll just take the input from the user, int input. I'll just say that enter the number to check, like this. Okay, cool. Getting down, I'll just go with that okay, if not happy, one second, if not happy underscore number. So in the bracket, I'll just put it over here as num. I'm just checking if this is not the case. So print that it is not a happy number. Or otherwise, what my question asks me to print, just let me do test case output. Okay, so I'll just print 0 or 1. So I'll just print over here as 0, that it is not a happy number. Otherwise, I would just simply print 1 when my condition would go that this is a happy number. So what was the test cases which were given? So first would be 18, second would be 7. Okay, let's run this. Let's take it for 18. So 18 resulted me 0, which means it is not a happy number. And we had checked over here also when I was just explaining you the whole logic. So we were able to see that we do have repeated this 37 again, and if a number is repeated again in the this logic, so it means that won't be a happy number. Okay. Now, if I run this again and second was 7, right? So now for 7, see, I got 1. So which means, yes, 7 is a happy number, because once you keep on doing the sum of the square values, it will lead you to 1 at some point. And again, if you get 1, so we mean say that it is a happy number, right? So this is how you can approach and you can just apply the logic of this question. Now I wasn't able to find this more simpler solution than this method, right? If you do find any other solution which could be more simpler than this logic which I had put down, so do please let me know in the comment section. I'll be really happy to go through that solution once. right? You can just write the programs into your own different programming languages, whatever you prefer out, but still the logic would remain same only, right? So these kind of questions, guys, these kind of questions are being asked in the big MNCs like Amazon, Google, PayPal, Apple, Google, Uber, Samsung, right? So you can just prepare these kind of questions and try implementing the solutions onto your own, understanding that what question is asking you to do. So I just hope I'm pretty clear with this complete questions. This is all for this video. Till then, thank you and take care.